Hello guys, welcome to Indian Geek Society. I'm your Prince and with me
I'm Manoj.
today let's talk about The Flash season 7 episode 1. No reaction, sorry guys. The show is not that exciting. Yeah, but
No. It's because Warner Bros. Won't let us. That's why.
yeah, we'll see about that.
That's good.
We may do a reaction to the finale. Not finale, that
Hmm.
means the first three
The
episodes are basically from the last season. So maybe the third
okay, the
episode will be
third one.
finale and the fourth will be like the starting of new season.
True.
So
They might have
uh,
retooled that also. Like who knows? Like there was
yeah,
such a
they
big
did.
gap.
In episode this episode definitely there's a scene which is they did it
Hmm.
again. But
True.
let's dive into it and reaction guys, like it's just maybe too much for us and the show is not that exciting, to react to it. I was literally like this throughout the show,
See,
so
I just want to like start off by saying that see, I know there's a big fan base for this, like, and there are many people who probably enjoy today's episode and have enjoyed what they have done in the last few seasons. But unfortunately, we are not one of those people. But having said that, these are just our opinions. If you love the show, that's completely fine. We don't want to offend anyone's feelings. It's just our honest opinions, honest reactions coming through of what we felt of the season premiere of The Flash.
definitely
I just want to say that because people might get a little offended, but don't get offended. It's completely fine.
they'll
You're
get
like
offended.
completely,
They'll get offended by the thumbnail, the title.
no, it's completely valid to for your opinion to like the show or not like the show. But see, I thought it was fine. That was my opinion. Like I was like, it's fine. Like I didn't expect much, and when I saw it, I was just like, it's okay. Because see, my problem right now with the Flash is that the whole mirror verse, the mirror, whatever that, I was never into it. Like I
Yeah,
liked the blood work. I think that's
yeah,
the villain's
same.
name in season 6. The premiere, the first like 9 episodes, I was completely into it. But the moment they changed, no, they did, like I like the fact that they were tackling two or more storylines in one season. Like they were not going for just one villain because I was getting really tiresome, especially in season 5. Like Cicada was just too much. Like
Yeah,
so, I was glad that they did that, but for me, the Mirrorverse, it just didn't like it never like excited me. So when I was seeing the episode, when they were showing all the twists related to that, I was just not really into it. The only moments I was into it where the moment where Harrison Wells he sacrifices, and I thought it was the only two moments I liked in today's episode was the one scene where Barry imitates all the Wells. I thought that
yeah,
was kind of funny, like Sherlock, like that was kind
yeah,
of funny. It was really nice to see Grant Gustin sort of go for that, and then the scene where HD Wells sort of no, not HD, Nash Wells, he sacrifices
yeah,
himself, and then you get that shot where even though it's a little bit like corny, like the way he just looks down and comes down, and he's like, "Oh, now I'm a different Wells." Like that thing was a little bit corny, but still the emotions were hitting, and I felt kind of sad because I've been watching Wells since season 1. And in this, it was like from season 2, all the Wells from season 2 they were showing. So, for an OG fan like me, it really gave me it hit me a little bit emotionally. But that was it. So see, that's the point which I'm trying to make.
yeah.
Everything that I like of the show comes from season 1 and 2, and everything else it sort of just stacks up. So that's fine. It was fine. It was
Yeah.
okay.
I think for last season episode 7, the temptation of Barry Allen part 1 was one of the
Hmm.
best episodes since the finale. I think it
True,
was so
true.
good because it hit the everything right thing. It was
Hmm.
all about Barry. It was about everything about him. And I think this episode, as you said, the whole scene where Grant Gustin get to act, I think that was a good move. But we have
Yeah.
recently seen, he's not doing anything. And I felt hopefully the beginning, what happened previously and everything, it was so rushed that I really don't remember. It was not
Seriously,
memorable
I
at
was
all.
like,
I was like,
when he came
the
out,
all the plot and tech things, I was like, okay,
yeah.
science, just let do, I don't care. And I think the biggest issue with the show is the intro of the show.
Hmm.
There's 10
True.
characters one by. Am I watching
Yeah.
Flash or am I watching Star Labs?
True. True. True.
Change the name, no, Star, make it Star Labs,
Like
and
the
that's the
problem
problem.
is, yeah, they have not like see in Arrow when they did this, like there was like they took off many of the cast members, or they left. The cast members left, and so
Yeah,
they took on new people. So it didn't the baggage wasn't there in the entire cast. Like the focus, putting season 4 aside, from seasons 5 onwards, the focus seemed kind of on Oliver itself. Like
yeah.
I'm just making the comparison because that's the easiest comparison you can make. But for the Flash, it seems like they were just like we're getting in new characters, but we still have the old characters. And now what do we do? Like
Just
everything.
I
Like,
wrote down all the points, and
hmm,
as you said, the emotional moments, right? All the emotional moments, all the emotional beats are from season one, season two.
true,
All of
true.
that is that, but it
Like,
doesn't work.
run, Barry, run.
Yeah, the
Like,
emotions doesn't work. Why? Because Barry and Nash never had a connection, so I care.
true, true,
You are
true,
going yourself. Writing is, it's not good that you're going back to
true.
season one and season two to get us excited.
And that
That's
scene only worked because Nash became Harry for 1 second.
yeah, yeah.
And he gave that dialogue. That's the only reason why you felt like, oh man, that's
And
it's like
the
that's a good
last
moment.
scene with what's her name, man? Allegra and Chester, them three
Yeah,
sitting and talking, no chemistry at all.
true, true, true,
The
true.
chemistry Cisco, Caitlyn, and Barry has cannot be
Yeah,
matched. It feels so awkward them sitting together. Like, do they
yeah,
even
yeah.
know each other?
True,
Like,
true.
I don't care about what they feel and think.
It like it felt like COVID, so we can only get these people in. So
Yeah. No,
who did
I think they shot this. They
oh,
shot
before.
80% of the episode
Okay.
pre-COVID, and I think
Grant looked a little
yeah,
different.
yeah,
That's why
because he has built up. He's
yeah,
built
but
up.
I felt like he looked a little different in that scene.
Yeah.
That's why I wondered if
I think
was reshowed
the
or.
first scene
Hmm.
where he comes out of that thing and then he wears that thing,
Uh-huh.
that's new thing
Yeah,
because it's a season premiere in a way, so they have
yeah.
to
So
add something new to him.
true.
So I think that's added because
But
definitely you can see a difference between
yeah,
Grant Gustin there and the rest
true.
of the episode.
True. But I think this would have been a much better series finale because at least there were some resolutions like Barry got his speed back. There was one sacrifice, which is a
But
common thread
they
in
couldn't
all the
finish it,
finales.
right?
Yeah, they couldn't finish it. So
They couldn't
I
finish
totally
it.
understand. Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
understand what happened. But I
And
was just thinking about
yeah.
that.
Then soap opera continues. The whole Cecile. Even
I
the actors have given up.
true, true,
When you
true.
saw Joe
Like,
on screen, you were like,
yeah,
oh. And now he's just, there because he's getting money.
yeah,
And I think Grant Gustin also said in interviews, that he was getting jobs, gigs, and he couldn't
yeah.
do it because of Flash.
True,
And
true.
now I think because of COVID, the people don't have work and it would be risky for him to,
Yeah,
leave the show and any other
yeah.
actor. So they are doing
True,
it. But I
yeah.
can totally see actors are not enjoying it.
True, man.
They're not doing it. They're just doing for the
Like,
money. You can see it.
see, Joe was such an emotional core of the show. And now, like, see, the problem is they brought in Cecile. And a lot of the times it feels like they're splitting that role between
Yeah.
the two of them.
Yeah.
And then Cecile does this whole thing where she's interviewing some like random, I don't even remember the villain, like which villain she was
I didn't even
interviewing. And
care. I didn't even
yeah,
care
and
the
then
whole subplot. I didn't care.
and they do the whole mind thing, which that mind thing bothers me so much. Like right from season 4, when they introduced it, I was like, "What nonsense!" And they're still continuing that. Like it's like season 7 now; it's still there. That's what I said. Like the problem with me is that they introduce so much stuff that unless they do like a little bit of a soft reboot, like they did with Arrow season 5. I can't get on board, and if they don't do it, also it's fine because they probably I know they have an audience for this
Yeah.
storylines they're doing.
Yeah.
So there's definitely an audience that enjoys this. So if they want to cater to that audience, it's completely fine. Like for me, like season 1 will always stay close to me, and I'm glad that we at least had that season 1. That'll
Yeah.
always be special to me. So I'm okay if they don't like do anything, but yeah, it's this show's definitely not for me now. Like
Yeah.
I might
No.
just binge watch it maybe from time to
Yeah.
time, but
I think
yeah,
that's what people do on Netflix. It's number one whenever it drops. So,
true, true.
and
And
also,
it feels better when you binge watch it. Like it flows a little
yeah,
bit more
because
quicker. Like yeah.
now, like one episode, nothing really happened except it just got its
True.
speed. That's it.
I stopped a
And
plane bomb. Like we have seen this so many times now that there's no
dude, it's
thrill of just
so.
watching him run and everything. Like we've lost a lot.
And this season is supposed to be 18 episodes. That too, three from last season. So that means you can say 15 episodes. So
Also,
we
it's
may see a
shorter.
better season. So I'll give this show a chance for the first three because it's just continuation of
Hmm.
that. I'll watch the original first three, like episode
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, and see what they are trying to do. How they have to change their filmmaking, man. Like it just I'll not even compare to WandaVision. Forget WandaVision Marvel. I'll compare it.
Yeah.
No, I should not compare because of budget, but just look at the way you tell a story in Superman and Lois. We are
Yeah,
gonna
but
react to it, guys. So stay tuned for that.
you can't compare with that. Like
Yeah, I'm
I
not
would say you can compare
just
with
the
Arrow.
storytelling.
Like
Just
I would say one thing which we can always do is you can always compare with Arrow.
Yeah.
And what Arrow, if you notice, if you look at season 5's premiere, right, it was like they were like, we are going for it. Now we are going to go, we're going completely in for the action scenes. We're really good. Like they brought in Tobias Stitch and they had all these like hardware compact, like because they were like, this is our roots. We're going back to this. They were like, let's do this. Like if I remember correctly, I think the season 1 premiere had that big helicopter fight scene. Like they were like fighting in the sky and something like that. Like they actually went for it. It even had like Arrow go on his parachute, like when he like falls from the helicopter, like because they were like let's do something different, let's try something different, let's do something more with this power set. And I know with the Flash it's very difficult because of the special effects, but they need to like think a little bit more differently of what they can do in terms of the story, in terms of the action, in terms of like executing different things. And they are trying to do different stuff. Like every episode you see something new in terms of CGI. Like even today's episode I'm pretty sure had some new like CGI shots which look pretty decent, but still, like
Yeah.
for me, as like if they let's, I know I'm speaking so much because I'm very passionate about the show, like, but if they wrap up this mirror story as quickly as possible and get to the next one sooner, I'll be on board. And if I am getting excited, then we and if you're also getting excited, then we could probably think about reactions, because I don't want to react to a show which I'm not totally into, because
Yeah.
that would just mean be us just like criticizing the show over and over again, and I don't want to like put on negativity like that. So
Yeah.
that's just
What I was trying to say, then like they should follow the the 10 episode thing with Arrow season
Mhm.
8, because
True, true.
I'm fed up of this. They do one thing, then there's a
Mm.
thing they'll fall, they don't know how to do it, and they'll think about it.
Yeah,
It cannot be done, but by the end it will be done, and then they'll defeat
yeah.
it. Like,
Some
just
science
squash
thing,
this format.
vortex,
I'm done with this.
multi, multiverse particles.
Yeah,
Let's get
just
it going.
put anything
let's
out
let's
and
let's type something. Ah, okay. There it is. We fixed it.
what else had
But
getting
like
into the plot.
plot is nothing, man. Like honestly, like like it was nice. Like the one emotional scene was that, as we said, Nashville's dying. That was a pretty good moment. And I think I forgot the actor's name, Tom Cavanaugh.
Tom
Like
Cameron.
yeah, he's always a very dependable performer. Like they just stretched it very thin with his council of bells and stuff like that. But like as just an emotional, like just a performer as an actor, he'll always do the scenes very well. So that was a very good scene. I think they killed him off so that they can bring him back as Reverse Flash as the season progresses. I think
I
that's
don't
what's
know.
going to happen. I think because
I
I
think the
heard
actor
something
is
like that.
done.
The actor's like,
Yeah,
but he's really good friends with Grant. So I think he might stick around. Like,
but
especially
Grant is
Grant.
also done.
Yeah, that's
No, they are renewed for season 8, so
that was full season 8, right?
yeah,
Not like
full
Arrow.
season 8.
Like,
Until Grant says no. Like, I remember the showrunner saying that it all depends on Grant how long he wants to do
mm,
it, because once
yeah,
he says no, we'll stop.
yeah. And the
So it all,
showrunner is like, please keep going because I need to make money. Like,
dude,
but
they're expecting a baby, so he needs
yeah.
to work.
No, to
he's
the
he's
credit
doing
of
a
the
movie.
showrunner,
He's doing a movie now, I think, for Netflix.
Grant, Grant. I mean, like I think the showrunner is Eric Wallace or something like that. I forgot. Like he's a new showrunner who came on season 6, and I liked his ideas, like which he brought in. It was a lot better than what they did in season 5. But again, I think I don't know where I always feel like the Flash, it kind of loses its way from season from episode 11 to 20. Like they're like, okay, now what are we doing? Like we need to figure this out somehow.
Yeah,
Like there's always like by episode 9 it gets exciting. You're like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like, oh, that's kind of, then it just loses its way for me.
yeah,
That's always what happens. Except in season 1 and season 2, kind of like that's the only 2 seasons where that didn't
yeah.
happen. But yeah,
But yeah, I think the villain, that was kind of interesting, that she's actually dead and it's
that was a
her.
cool moment. That was a
Yeah.
cool moment. I thought it was a cool moment.
So I think it again brings back to the core theme of this, that how she's against her husband, and but
Hmm.
Iris is. So again, man,
So
that's
I think
soap
now
opera. I'm
she should just shoot herself right now. Like I'm the duplicate. Like and
I think that makes it interesting now.
yeah.
So yeah,
But one thing I just need to say that the background music is still so good. Like especially when the show ends and the end credits like comes like the end credits, the tune just comes. I'm like, oh, it's so good. Like it gives
I'll tell you
like
something. If you're
yeah.
getting excited about a show when it ends, There's
Yeah.
something wrong. When
Just the
WandaVision
music
ends, people
itself.
lose their shit. They get angry.
I know. No, you know what? I'll explain. That music that always brings me memories from season one, where it always is end in a cliffhanger, like a huge cliffhanger, like like that scene where he travels back in time, and so that it always reminds me of that. So whenever I hear the tune, I feel like I always get goosebumps coming up. I don't know why, even though it's like nothing else happened. It's just the music playing, but still.
Oh man, this is the, I think for me, this is the last chance for them. If they do it well, I'll follow. Otherwise, I'm dropping. I think this will be my last CW show.
Like
This is the only
I
CW
think,
show I'm following at the moment, and
yeah.
if it
I think
doesn't
I'll
live up to
still,
it,
yeah, I think I'll still watch it till the end, but I might not watch it
I'll
in a
watch
week.
it.
Maybe,
I'll watch it. You know, it's
yeah,
like Supernatural. The fans love it, but they know how shit it is. It
true, true,
was,
true.
now it's over. You know, so I'll watch it because I love the character, I love the actors.
Mm,
I'll watch it when I get time, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna, being
yeah, same
follower,
man.
or
Like,
I don't care about the fan theory. Like, it
true.
doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
And now
So
there's from what I understand, there's not going to be any crossovers this season. And like once Arrow ended for me, it's like my heart, like my it's like for me also I felt like it's time, like concluded, ended. So I'll just watch the Flash, and I've heard good things about Legends, so maybe I might check that out once that also ends.
Legends
So
is
I
like
can just
again same. Just for fun, you want to watch it, catch up on. That's it. It's
I
just
think it's
that.
more fun than this. Like I
Yeah,
don't think the
definitely.
soap opera elements are so much like in
Yeah,
this one. So
that's
yeah,
more
anyways,
fun.
like so sorry guys, we became like we were a little bit too negative. Like we're
Yeah.
usually very like positive people. This one.
We want it to be good, man. We want it,
Yeah.
but dude, the
Especially
competition,
Nona.
there's so much
Nona really
stuff to
wanted it to be
watch.
good. And Nona was very excited. He was like, even he told me like, "I flashes up, flashes." I'm like, "Are we reacting? Do we need to react?" He was like, "No, no, no, yeah, no. You just watch it and then we share our thoughts." So then after like 5 minutes, he was like, "I saw it." Not after five. After like 1 hour, he was like, "Disappointed." So, watch it whenever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I think that was us talking about the Flash, and I don't know even if I'll do a discussion for the next episode. Let's see. Let's see how this
We
one
might,
works. Like, people want us to
yeah.
rant about a show, like, I don't know.
No, we might do it maybe when the full arc finishes, or
Yeah,
maybe
or
the
the finale.
mid-season. Yeah, mid-season
We can do the
finale.
finale reaction, maybe, or the
Yeah, sure.
season premiere, the official premiere reaction, maybe. Then we
Maybe.
can talk about the arc
Hopefully.
and all.
Like I seriously hope that because of the maybe something good can come out of this COVID time is that maybe that the cast, like they don't get the entire full cast, so they
Yeah,
just have to work with a small crew and like small cast, and that might actually bring the show back, because it's not that any of the actors are bad, it's not that any of the characters are bad, but it's just too much, man, too many
yeah.
people, like it
The same
takes the focus of
recycled
the
old
show.
shit, so we are
Yeah,
done
it's
with
like
that.
it's too much. Like get Barry back into the forefront.
Yeah.
Let's see him do stuff. Yeah,
And
like they
change
did with
that intro. I don't want 10, 15 characters in the
the
starting of the show.
music is really good. The music of the intro is really good. I'm a huge fan of Blake Neely's like music of the Flash.
Of
Like,
course.
but yeah.
So, guys, I think that's it. That was us on the Flash season 7 premiere. And yeah, those are our thoughts. So, if you enjoyed this, thumbs up, share the video, let us know in the comments your thoughts, and do subscribe the channel. And Superman Lewis reaction
Subscribe,
coming,
guys.
so
Yeah,
do tune in for that. So, guys,
yeah.
thank you for watching, and see you later.
See ya.